So I want to say something to us because we talked a lot about the fact that a person or a relationship that is stuck and not moving forward, the number one reason is lack of mutual respect.
Yeah.
Now, how do we begin to turn that around?
Yeah.
How did I turn that around being the guy that did not have the type of respect for my wife that I needed to have a few years back, right? Well, what began to happen to me was I began to do things like go to funerals, right? I remember telling my wife, I said some of the greatest breakthroughs in my life and moments of gratitude and growth happened to me attending a funeral. Why is that? Because at those funerals, I began to see that, you know what, one day I could wake up and my wife is no longer here with me. And the reality began to hit me when I realized that, you know what, I could lose Sherilyn. And what would life look like for me if Sherilyn was no longer in the picture? So for you out there, if your spouse has been complaining that she or he don't feel like you have the level of respect or there's no mutual respect in your relationship, if you're hearing that, I want you to take them seriously because we need to give our partners the ability to complain because growth in relationship and maturity and intimacy in relationship comes out of a place where we allow legitimate complaints to occur.
Yeah.
And it's not a place where we begin to become offended. It's like customer service. How do you think this hotel gets to know if we enjoyed our stay or not? They give us a survey to fill out many times. And in that survey, they ask us to be honest with them. How was the front desk? And they let us complain. How was the food when you ate downstairs? And they allow us to say it was great or they allow us to say it stunk.
They ask you, what can you change? What can we change?
Absolutely. And when we respond and we drop that survey off to them, they don't call us up and get mad or they don't call us up and curse us out. They're grateful for that intel because it means that they can now go speak to the powers that be or the people that they need to make the adjustment. They can go do training to make the adjustment to make sure customer service is better so that the business can stay afloat and gain more market share. Yeah. Well, this is the same thing that we have to do in marriages. True. To understand where our spouse is. We need to hear from them. And when we hear from them, we have to be mature enough. We have to pray against the spirit of offense from shutting us down and causing us to go into a place where we don't receive what we're hearing. Because it's only through that survey process or they're complaining to us about how we're treating them that we're able to grow as a couple. Mm-hmm. So for me, I began to do some self-introspection. Sherilyn was already complaining, but I was shutting her down. But finally, it began to sink in. You know, maybe she's been praying and the Lord has helped me to overcome the spirit of offense and the spirit of insecurity, you know what I mean? And the spirit of anger and all of these illegal spirits that overwhelmed me when I heard her complain. Mm-hmm. Those things began to subside. And what I was able to do was I was able to consider, what if Sherilyn is no longer in my life? What would life be like? You know, what would my future be like? What would my days feel like? How would I even manage with the children? How would I even manage? Because I really did love her. But something in me was sabotaging my ability to have that honor and respect. It could have been the way I viewed other men treating women as I was growing up. It's a combination of things. But whatever it is, I recognize that, it would be a great loss if I didn't fix this respect issue that I had. And if I didn't fix that, we would not be able to move forward in building our intimacy, which means our quality of life and the quality of our relationship would suffer over time, which means that Sherilyn's health could fail, which means that, she could remain in a place where I'm not being supportive and a nurturer to help her to become what God has called her to